Warning, the following all-natural radio show has not been approved for consumption by the Food and Drug Administration. This is the Kevin Trudeau Show, worldwide at KTRadioNetwork.com.
Do not listen to today's radio show. Do not listen to today's radio show. This show is filled with secrets and confidential information. There will be no cursing and no swearing on your host's part. That's me. Don't listen to the radio show. Our illustrious technical staff is trying to figure out how to get the video working. It's not working. But we're live here in the studio in the Winter Wonderland. Thanks for joining me. I'm Kevin Trudeau. This is everything they don't want you to know about, broadcasting live Monday through Friday for 1 hour, commercial-free, completely uncensored, except what I censor myself. Today we got Marshall Silver coming on. If you don't know anything about Marshall Silver is a longtime dear close friend of mine. He's one of the most prolific trainers in the world, teaching people the art of persuasion and communication and the missing secrets of making money. He is strictly a prosperity making money guy. When he talks, it's unabashedly about making money. So if your goals and dreams are not making money, then you don't want to listen to this show. When Marshall comes on, he's going to give you some phenomenal insight. He's a member of the Global Information Network. He's going to be on both of our cruises, which are completely sold out, and we are having hundreds and hundreds of people calling Global Information Network members and affiliates from around the world going, I want to go on the cruise. I had one person call up and said, I have 200 people that I want to take on the cruise. It's like, too bad you waited too long. Too bad you waited too long. If you want to be successful, you have to take massive and immediate action. Now, for those of you listening, if you're not on that cruise, we have over 4,500 people on 2 cruise ships. It's going to be an amazing. We'll tape some of the sessions, and you can listen to it on the website if you're a member. But you're going to be missing out on an opportunity. But next year we're going to have another winter leadership cruise, and based on the numbers, we'll probably have 4, 5, maybe even 6 cruise ships. We're working out the details right now. Our next big event for the Global Information Network is going to be coming up in Nashville in the spring. We'll be announcing that right after Christmas. And that's limited. It's when we book these things, we have to book them 8 months in advance in order to get the rooms, to get the meeting space. We don't know how many people are going to be coming, so we have to guesstimate. And we can't book too many because if we don't fill it up, then we have to pay the difference. So we don't have a lot of space in Nashville, and I can tell you right now, Nashville is going to sell out probably the first or second week in January, and that's going to be our dream weekend. It's going to be an amazing weekend in Nashville. A lot of data and information. The people who make the most money in their life are those who go to these major functions, and the reason why that's important is the whole Global Information Network is about a system of success that you don't know about. We have Marshall Silva is going to be talking about this when he comes on. But if you listen to guys who teach you how to be successful, maybe you read some books, maybe you go to a Tony Robbins seminar. How many guys are out there teaching success anymore? Peter Lowe does these big events, and there are various speakers on there. Brian Tracy, who's a good friend of mine. Tony Robbins, who's not a good friend of mine, but I know Tony. Don't know him very well. There are other speakers, the late Charlie Tremendous Jones, who was a close and dear friend of mine. He's passed away now. Dr. Norman Vincent Peale, the late Dr. Norman Vincent Peale, he's passed away, but he's written several books on success. And there's a lot of guys who write books on success, how to make money. And there's a lot of guys who teach seminars on how to make money, how to become successful. All these guys who were in the movie, the DVD, The Secret, when that launched, many of these guys were nobodies. They had small little businesses. They were struggling for years, and they got on The Secret, and they became very popular. And they made all their money teaching people how to make money. They're the gurus. Some of them are excellent presenters and speakers, and some of them are funny and motivating and inspiring, and some of them have really good information and knowledge. But at the end of the day, they really don't know what they're talking about because they don't know the secrets. In other words, if they knew so much about becoming successful, they would have become successful first in real business and in real life. They would have made not just $1 million, they would have made tens of millions and hundreds of millions of dollars. See, when we look at success today, we forget what success is. Years ago, we used to call people, oh my God, he's a millionaire. Well, that term, millionaire, that started back in the 30s, actually the 20s. Now, if you were a millionaire back in the 20s, that was the point where you were deemed a financial success. Back in the 20s, there were people that were successful, no question, but they were hard-working people making a good living, making good money, but they weren't really successful. They hadn't made it until they were a millionaire. It was only when they became a millionaire had they made it. And only millionaires had the status. Only millionaires had the credibility of being listened to. If you weren't a millionaire, nobody listened to you because you really didn't know how to make money or achieve financial freedom or financial independence. It was only a millionaire. But this was back in the 20s. So let's put it in perspective. A millionaire in the 20s, based on inflation and taxes, a millionaire back in the 20s is somebody who has a net worth of at least $50 million today. Now, let's put that in perspective. Let's look at Tony Robbins. Let's look at Joe Vitale. Let's look at Brian Tracy. Let's look at all these speakers who teach you success. First thing is, none of these guys made any money in real business or in any real venture. They only made their money selling courses and books and tapes and seminars on how to make money. And they're talented in terms of what they do. Maybe they're talented writers or talented communicators or talented people on stage. And I'm not saying anything bad about them. I just want you to put this in perspective. But none of them have a net worth of $50 million. Do you understand that? So when we're talking to Marshall Silver today, or if you're talking with Ed Foreman, if you listen to the people that are on the Global Information Network stage, if you listen to the training available to Global Information Network members and affiliates, you're hearing directly from people who have made $50 million or more, and in many cases, many of the information you're hearing is coming from people who have made $1 billion. So there's no comparison. And the reason why it's no comparison, when people go through the training at levels 1, 2, 3, and 4 in the various levels in the Global Information Network, they write comments, and some of these people, actually many of these people who are going through the training in GIN, say this: I've read 500 books on success. I've gone to dozens, if not hundreds, of seminars over 15 years on how to make money, listening to all these gurus. And I've never heard anyone give this information. I thought I knew it all because everything I heard was just the same thing rehashed over by different people. But when they join GIN, they're hearing information about making money that they've never heard before. And the reason is the guys who are teaching success don't know the real information. That's the bottom line. So if you want to make money, there are some things you're going to have to do. And one of the things you're going to have to do is engage in what's called a system. One of the things that you'll never hear anybody say, because nobody knows it, that all really successful people financially, and let's look at the number, $50 million or more, all the people who have made $50 million or more, all of them, not 99%, not 99.5%, not 99.9%, but 100%. Of the people who have a net worth of $50 million or more participated and do participate in a system which consists of, number one, they listen to people that are even more successful than they do on a regular basis. Most of that is through audios. They listen to audio training and information on a regular basis. Regular basis means almost every day. Next, They read virtually every day. They read information from people that are more successful than they do. They are reading books every day. And even though these books may have misinformation, they have the ability to discern what's good and bad, and it keeps them thinking, and it keeps them sharp, and it keeps them rationalizing. It keeps them using rational thinking processes, cognitive thinking processes, to look at, is that right, is that wrong, and come to conclusions, and that strengthens their mind. So they're reading books like Ask and It Is Given. They're reading books like The Magic of Thinking Big. They're reading books like The New Psycho-Cybernetics. They're reading books like The Power of Positive Thinking. They're reading books like See You at the Top, The Law of Success in 16 Lessons, The Go-Getter. They're reading these type of books. And even though these books are not written by people that are outrageously successful and they're more academic, they're reading it with discernment because it's exercising their mind and making them really understand what is true and what isn't. But they read on a regular basis. So number one, they listen to audios on a regular basis. Number two, they read on a regular basis. Number three, they attend meetings on a regular basis, events or functions with other like-minded successful people. At these meetings, it isn't just academic. They're not sitting down in a classroom listening to speakers, although they do. But these meetings are fun. They're communing with other like-minded people. They are letting their hair down. They're dancing. Yeah, Henry Kissinger dances like a goofball. These people that you think are stern and austere and conservative, when they go to these events, closed door, behind the scenes events with other like-minded people, they let their hair down. They laugh like crazy. They have fun. They're enthusiastic. They let loose. And they're associating with and being in the presence of other like-minded people. Next, they both give recognition at these events to other like-minded people who are succeeding in life. They are giving genuine praise and recognition to their peers, their colleagues. And they, in turn, are being recognized from time to time as well and receiving praise and recognition. And they also, most importantly, have developed relationships, real relationships, real person-to-person human interaction relationships, not via Facebook, not via the social networks on the computer, but shake the person's hand, sit down, share a meal, laugh, put your arm around the other person, give them a hug, look at them in the eye, hear about their story, their hopes and dreams and goals, encourage them, ask questions, challenge each other intellectually and emotionally. They feed off one another. They've developed relationships. And if you want to become successful in life, you're going to have to do these things. If you don't, you're not going to make your dreams come true. If you're not listening to audios every day, if you're not reading books from books every day, if you're not going to functions on a regular basis is a regular basis, every month or every quarter, on a regular basis going to events, if you're not participating in giving and receiving recognition, and if you're not developing relationships with like-minded people, I can tell you right now, you're never going to achieve financial freedom and financial independence. I mean, that's just the fact. Look, man, I'm not trying to sugarcoat this. I'm telling you what the reality is. And I love it when people challenge me, because the only people that challenge me are people that are broke. The only people that get into arguments with me when I say this, they have no money. All I say is, look, man, you're disagreeing with me. How is it that everybody who has a net worth of $50 million or more 100% agrees with me, but you who are broke, maybe not broke, most of you are, but some of you maybe have $1 million, but you haven't achieved 50 million. You have hopes and dreams and goals